Hey guys, welcome back to the Kounde podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, I want to be giving some special emphasis and talking specifically about Lamine Yamal because yesterday, not only did Lamine Yamal drag this Barcelona team to an equalizer and basically dragged him from what it was a terrible situation in the match, but his overall performance was absolutely amazing. And we have to talk about Lamine Yamal because what he did yesterday against Inter. It's something that is absolutely marvelous and we have to talk about. But as well, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys injury updates in regards to Alejandro Balde, Lewandowski, and Jules Kounde. What is the latest in regards to them? What can we be expecting? When can they be back? We'll be talking about that all on today's video. But as always, guys, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. But guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's talk about Lamine Yamal because as I was starting the video, Lamine Yamal, it wasn't only his goal that was absolutely amazing. The way that he was able to curl the bar, into the back of the net and just absolutely go past Tudam, go past Mkhitaryan and just absolutely put it into the back of the net. But his performance overall, he was creating magic time and time again. And overall, guys, Lamine Yamal was on another level yesterday against Inter Milan. And it's such a shame that, his performance, it didn't lead to a Barcelona victory because it genuinely deserved that. And when you look at some of the images and when you look at the social media hype that was surrounding Lamine Yamal yesterday, it's something surreal. And when we look at Lamine Yamal, he broke a record yesterday. Lamine Yamal, he became the youngest player to score in the UEFA Champions League Semi-Finals at 17 years of age and 209 days. He surpassed Kylian Mbappé, who at the time when he did score during his time at Monaco, he was only 18 years of age. And so Lamine Yamal, another record broken. And when you look at social media, when you see some of the reaction that people were talking about Lamine Yamal, this is Rio Ferdinand. He said, as a pure footballing talent, I'm going as far to say I think Lamine Yamal is on another level to any player playing the game in the top 5 leagues in the world of football. 17 years old, truly unbelievable. Now, those were the words from Rio Ferdinand, an absolute legend of the game. You saw also, Garnacho and Erling Haaland go on social media. Garnacho, he put a post under Lamine Yamal's Instagram account, and he said, best player in the world. You had Simone Inzaghi come out into the press. He was saying glowing things about Lamine. And he says, I haven't seen a player like Lamine in the last 8 or 9 years. We have had to put 3 players on him. I think Lamine Yamal is a talent that is born only once every 50 years, and that's absolutely absurd. The praise for Lamine Yamal is absolutely warranted. His performance on the night was amazing. And he's already getting that that Messi treatment, sort of say, where the team is looking for him. It just any sort of difficult spot that we're in, find Lamine because Lamine is going to be able to resolve the match. And, as I said before, it's such a shame that we weren't able to cap off his amazing performance against Inter with a win. But the work isn't done. There is a second leg to be played. And I do have faith that Lamine Yamal will be able to take Barcelona over the line and reach that final. And I absolutely am confident in his ability and the team as well. But, I also want to talk about Raphinha and Ferran because they were also key on the night. Even though Raphinha, he didn't have a good game, he did get an assist for Ferran's goal, and on top of that, he was key in the third. He was the one who took the strike. Of course, it's not going to count because it hit Sommer's back and then went in. But Raphinha, he was key for creating Barcelona's equalizer for the third goal. And when we look at his UCL campaign so far, he has surpassed Messi to become the Barca player with the most goal involvements in a single season for Barcelona, beating Messi's 19 GA in 2011-2012. He has now reached 20 GA in this season. And first, I want to give congratulations. I want to applaud Rafinha because that is an achievement that not many in the world of football have done. That's absolutely amazing. Rafinha, his UCL campaign this year has been unbelievable. To reach Messi's number in the UCL campaign is ridiculous. Now, I will say though, of course, Rafinha, he has played more games, so that's something to keep in mind, obviously. But I want to congratulate Rafinha. It's simple as this. This is a topic for Rafinha. You want to give praise to him, and of course, you want to congratulate him for reaching that milestone. But I'm pretty sure Rafinha is in line with my line of thinking that it's not the records that matter. We want to win that UCL trophy. And as I said before, I also want to give credit to Ferran Torres because Ferran, he was absolutely vital in Barcelona's game yesterday. Not only giving work off the ball, but he was the player who scored the second, and he was a constant danger throughout the match. And Ferran this season, he is having his most successful season of his career. Throughout the entirety of the season, he has scored 10 goals and given 3 assists in La Liga, 3 goals and 1 assist in the UCL, and 6 in the Copa del Rey. He finishes as top goal scorer, and combining everything, he has 23 GA across all competitions this season, and he is having his best season in his career. And we're going to need Ferran to step up absolutely massively, just like he did against Inter yesterday. Because when we talk about Robert Lewandowski, when we talk about our marquee and best striker, the more recent reports in regards to Robert Lewandowski is that the club, they're planning to give the green light for Robert Lewandowski. He will be cleared for the match against Inter, but he's not expected to start, and he's most likely going to be coming off the bench. Now, this is interesting because there were previous reports saying that he is absolutely ruled out for this game, that he's going to need 2 to 3 weeks in order to come back. I don't know if Barcelona are rushing him, but if they do need some firepower off the bench, Robert Lewandowski, he would be huge. Because when you were looking at Barcelona in the second half, you saw how we were struggling with fatigue. You saw how Hansi Flick, he didn't have the options off the bench, to change the match, to be proactive. And so right there, I don't know if Robert Lewandowski is going to be 100% fit, but regardless, he's going to be needed in the second leg. Now, let's see at what percentage, at what level he's at. But I trust Hansi Flick, and let's see if any risks are taken with him. And in regards to another player who is potentially going to be involved, well, most likely going to be involved, it's Alejandro Balde. Because in regards to Alejandro Balde, things are a lot more positive, as I've been saying for the past couple of days. And Barcelona, they're planning to give the medical green light for Balde tomorrow. He is expected to be returning for the game against Inter in the second leg. Absolutely massive. He's going to be a huge player for that match. You've been looking at how Gerard Martin has been performing these past couple of games. It's not necessarily that he's been bad, but he's not been good enough. And Balde, the difference in level between the two is absurd. It's immeasurable, basically. And so when you look at Balde, he's going to be absolutely huge for that second leg, not only for what he can give you offensively, but as well defensively, that recovery pace. And the reports that are emerging around, they're saying that he can even play a couple minutes against Valladolid this weekend. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think if he does play minutes this weekend, it's only basically going to freshen his legs, to basically build a couple of match fitness, build a couple of momentum for him in order to be able to play on in the midweek clash against Inter. But of course, it's not all positive. When we talk about Jules Kounde, he did go off in yesterday's match against Inter Milan, and he did pick up an injury. This is a big blow for Barcelona, and the reports are saying, well, the official injury news from the club is that he has picked up a distal injury to the hamstring of his left thigh, and his recovery timeline is 3 weeks. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. That's going to be meaning that he's going to be missing the game. The game is against Inter in the second leg, the game against Real Madrid in La Liga, and those are the most important games, obviously, but the goal is for him to be back, by the end, I would say, of that game against Real Madrid. Well, not even then. Who did Barcelona play after Real Madrid? Let me check right here. But Barcelona, after Real Madrid, they're going to be playing against Espanyol and Villarreal. Okay, so most likely not going to be involved in those games either. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. But regardless, it's not good news that Jules Kounde, he has picked up an injury. Barcelona, with the amount of football that we've been playing, we need every player to be fit. And this was an injury that was just coming. Jules Kounde was playing so many minutes. He was playing so much football that it was just coming. This was something that anyone could have predicted. And unfortunately, it happened right now. But the silver lining is that I do think that Eric Garcia, he can do a job in that right back position. If not, Ferran Torres, he can also do a job there. And let's see what Hansi Flick he does this weekend against Real Valladolid, and whether he starts Ferran Torres or Eric Garcia in that position. If you guys were Hansi Flick, who would you guys play there? Araujo or Eric Garcia? I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. I talked about Lamine Yamal, what an absurd talent we have. And I want to ask you guys, what is the ceiling for Lamine Yamal? Do you guys think that he could potentially be a GOAT candidate for the future? Do you guys think that he can be an all-timer? Or do you guys think that he is limited to being amongst the best players in this generation? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. And also, what do you guys make of those injury updates? Would you guys try to rush Lewandowski in order to be ready for that second leg against Inter? What do you guys do in regards to Balde? Do you guys give him minutes this weekend against Rio Ferdinand in order to give him some match sharpness, give him some continuity, some rhythm in order to be available for Inter? And lastly, some negative news in regards to Kounde. We wish him a speedy recovery. But as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Vamos.